What's up, y'all? Welcome to this episode of the Ghetto Philosophy. So, I wanted to try something a little different. I wanted to just come in here and I felt like I wanted to interview my first photographer. So, I got a photographer that's coming in today, and we're just gonna just interview them and just understand their story and understand what they've been working on. So, that's one thing we got. We're gonna always have our history lesson, our hip hop history. We're gonna have a just talk more so in the early 2000s. Get into that a little bit, and we're also going to be having digging in the crates. And for the next couple of episodes, I kind of want to just talk with people that work with both Juice World and XXS Tentacion before they pass. So and digging in the crates, we'll be talking about that. So yeah, with all that being said, let's get into the video. What's up, y'all? Welcome to this segment of hip hop history, and today we will be talking about Jay-Z and Nas takeover versus Ether rap battles. So yes, we will be diving into that today and just talking about how that beat came along, just talk about what each song was about and what did each person talk about in each song, and just kind of seeing how this rap beat came along, how did it grow into what it did, and then the aftermath of what happened. So with all that being said, let's get into our history lesson. In 2001, hip-hop witnessed one of the most legendary and vicious rap battles of all time. Jay-Z versus Nas wasn't just about two rappers trading insults. It was a high-stakes clash between two icons, each representing different sides of New York hip-hop. It was a lyrical warfare at the highest level, and the fallout would define rap's competitive culture for years to come. The tension between Jay-Z and Nas didn't come out of nowhere. It had been simmering for years. In the mid-1990s, both rappers were rising stars in New York's rap scene, but their trajectories were different. Nas was crowned a street poet and a lyrical genius. After the release of Illmatic in 1994, which was immediately hailed as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time, Jay-Z meanwhile came through hustling and business mind rap, finding success with their 1996 debut, Reasonable Doubt. The rivalry started quietly, with subtle jabs and subliminal shots. Jay-Z initially reached out to Nas to collaborate on Reasonable Doubt, but Nas didn't show up for the recording session or Bring It On, which left Jay-Z feeling, and Nas responded with a subtle jab on The Message in 1996, where he rapped Lex with TV sets the minimum. Many took this as a shot at Jay-Z's signature Black Lexus from his Dead President's video. The tensions escalated when Jay-Z claimed Nas' spot at the top of New York's rap. After Biggie's death in 1997, Jay-Z boldly declared himself the new king of New York with the release of Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, 1998, which propelled him into mainstream stardom. Nas, meanwhile, struggled to maintain his momentum, releasing the commercially successful but critically mixed I Am and other albums as well. So, with Takeover, the feud officially exploded in 2001 when Jay-Z dropped Takeover on Blueprint over a hard-hitting beat produced by Kanye West, built on a sample from 5 to 1 by The Doors. Jay-Z systematically dismantled Nas' career. His tone was calm but cutting, as if he knew he had the upper hand. Jay-Z didn't just take shots, he laid out evidence. He accused Nas of being inconsistent and lazy, pointing out that after the brilliance of Illmatic, Nas only released one truly great album. 4 albums in 10 years, nigga, I can divide. That's one every, let's say, two, and two of them shits was due, and one was Illmatic, and that was one hot album every 10 years, years average. So Jay-Z tack was ruthless because it wasn't just about insults, it was factual. He painted Nas as a fallen king who had squandered his talents, reduced to bitterness, while Jay-Z ascended to the throne. Jay-Z also implied he slept with Nas' ex-girlfriend, Carmen Bryan. Spitting, you know who, he said, you know who did you know what you know who, but let's keep that between me and you. This wasn't just a lyrical combat, it was a psychological warfare. Jay-Z was tearing apart Nas' personal and professional identity. Takeover wasn't just about winning a battle, it was about ending Nas' career. Now with Ether, on the other hand, Nas wasn't just about to let that happen. And on December 4th, 2001, Jay-Z's birthday, Nas released Ether on the album Stillmatic, and his response was nuclear. Where Jay-Z Takeover was cold and strategic, Ether was raw, emotional, and venomous. Over the haunting beat produced by Ron Bros, Nas came swinging, attacking Jay-Z's credibility, manhood, and legacy. He painted Jay-Z as a fraud who rode Biggie's coattail to success. I got this look since 9-1. I'm the trust. Name a rapper that ain't influenced. Gave y'all chapters, but now I just keep my eyes on the Judas with Hawaiian shirts hanging with your man from the Fugees. Nas didn't just call Jay-Z a phony. He went after his personality and masculinity. He said, you a fan, a phony, a pussy, a stan, and I'll still whip your ass. You 36 in a karate class. Nas accused Jay-Z of biting Biggie's style, referencing how Jay-Z quoted Biggie lyrics in his song. He said, how much of Biggie rhymes are gonna come out of your fat lips? You wanna be on every last one of my classics. The track was a complete character assassination, where Jay-Z attack had been factual. Nas' attack was psychological. He made Jay-Z look weak, insecure, and desperate. And the title Ether became a cultural touchstone. It turned into a verb, meaning to destroy someone beyond recovery in a rap battle. The fallout from Takeover versus Ether was massive. Hip-hop fans were divided. Jay-Z fans argued that Takeover was sharper and more fact-based. Nas fans claimed that Ether's emotional impact made it a clear winner. Jay-Z responded with Super Ugly, a freestyle where he doubled down on the Carmen Bryan situation, but even Jay-Z's own mother reportedly told him he'd gone too far. Nas followed up with more subliminals on The Cross and The Last Real Nigga Alive, while Jay-Z took more shots on Blueprint 2. But the public seemed to side with Nas. The term getting ether became synonymous with being completely destroyed in a rap battle. Nas' career saw a major resurgence, and Stillmatic became one of the most celebrated albums. Over time, both rappers came to respect each other. They squashed the beef publicly in 2005 when Nas joined Jay-Z on stage at Jay-Z I Declare War concert to perform Dead Presidents and The World Is Yours together. They later collaborated on several tracks, including Success and Black Republican. So, all in all, why does it matter? The takeover versus Ether battle was bigger than just two rappers exchanging insults. It was a moment that defined hip-hop's competitive nature. It brought back the spirit of the classic rap battles from the 80s and 90s, but with higher stakes. The feud forced both rappers to sharpen their pens and their delivery in some of the best works of their career. It also marked a shift in hip-hop's power dynamic. Jay-Z came out of the battle as a dominant business mogul, expanding his influence beyond music into fashion, sports, and entertainment. Nas, meanwhile, reclaimed his status as one of rap's greatest lyricists, proving that his pen was still a match when it came to pure rhyming ability. In the end, the battle left both men stronger. It was a rare case where both rappers won. Jay-Z solidified his position as hip-hop's biggest star, while Nas reclaimed his crown as rap's most respected lyricist. And more than 20 years later, Takeover and Ether remain two of the greatest diss tracks ever recorded, forever shaping the way that we understand beef and hip-hop. All right, and that is it for hip-hop history today. I hope you learned a little bit more, have a little bit more insight about that rap beef between Jay-Z and Nas, and you just kind of took something away from that. And just really understood, like, there wasn't really a loser. I mean, Nas won, but in the end, they both really actually benefited from this rap beef. So with all that being said, let's get into our next segment. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Ghetto Philosophy, and welcome to this segment of music and movies. And today, I decided that I wanted to watch a scene from the New Edition story. So we're gonna pull up this scene from the New Edition story, and we're gonna talk about it afterwards. So let's go ahead and get into it, okay?
Now, I don't know what y'all heard about me, but I ain't promising I'm gonna make y'all into no stars. That ain't what I do. But if you put in the hard work, though, and you listen to what I tell you, I'll make you into a professional. Let me be clear. Y'all are a group. You do everything as one. Everybody is equal, whether it's the untouchables or the transitions. All my groups work the same way. So if you're thinking about getting your little ass up on stage and trying to outshine everybody else, you can forget about it. Or you can go home right now, because I don't play that. Y'all about to work hard. It's about to be real hard work, harder than y'all ever worked before. All right. Let's slide, let's go. All right, we'll count y'all in. Okay, and 5, 6, 7, and. Yeah, come on back. Again, one more time, faster. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and. Boom, down. Y'all wanna miss marks. I don't wanna waste my time. It's not gonna be push-ups all day, I don't care. Spin, ripple, crank it out, go. Get it right. Find some space, find equal space. Every time you come on the stage, you line up so you know where you are. Bop, bop. More crisp, bam, bam, 2, 3, and pop, pop. Much better. Get that right though, Mike. It's okay. That's your money slide, okay? Okay. Pop, pop, pop. Told you it was gonna be hard work. can't perform when it's hot, then you can't perform.
Said I'm holding on. It's very hard to do love gone, and that's the lie. Hold on. It's very hard to do love gone. Yeah.
I came up with a name for you guys. You see, your name ain't just who you are, it's what you're all about. When you hear names like Temptations or Stylistics, or my favorite, Blue Magic, it's letting you know where they come from. You dig?
So what's our name?
Shut up.
No, that's a good one. That's a good question, Bobby. I'll write it down for you, because if I tell it to you, it's different when you see something rather than hearing it. Listen to this. Here we go.
New edition?
Exactly. See? Just let everybody know what the next big thing coming out of Boston is, right? They know about the Jackson 5, they know about the Untouchables. They're about to know about the New Edition. Say it.
New edition.
Can we say that the right way, please? Again.
New edition.
One more time.
New edition.
All right, good.
All right, and that's really it for this scene right here. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this scene. So basically, what happened in the scene, or what was shown, before they had met up with the person that's coordinating everything and managing them. Before then, they were just kind of in the alley, and they were already at the house. It's just amongst themselves, working on choreography and, trying to do X, Y, Z, because, they're wanting to be famous. They wanting to get their ticket out the hood. They're wanting to leave. So, with them being so young, coming together and, stopping people in their tracks and being like, hey, we're talented, we can do this, and we're singing, and we're not letting you go anywhere until you hear what we got to do. And then, it kind of picks up from that scene where he's like, all right, you know what? Since y'all like this, meet me here at this the youth center at XYZ time. So boom, he meet him at the youth center, and that's when the scene that I played started out. So it's like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and tell y'all now, and I'm gonna tell y'all how it is. Nobody is gonna be better than nobody. Nobody is above the group. Everybody in this group is equal. Everybody in this group has to hold their weight, and everybody has to do their part. You know what I'm saying? So, being that person to lead them at such a very young age, and whipping them into shape, and giving them that character development that they need, you know what I'm saying, and being that person in that corner, I feel like that's very important. You know what I'm saying? Especially in today's time, I feel like, I don't know, like, I just don't feel like a lot of, child artists or, children groups or, or such are as popular nowadays. And I feel like, with New Edition, like, they really revolutionized that, like, and from going from New Edition to, they had their Shepherd group that broke out of it, BBD, and then, Bobby Brown had his own solo career where he got a few number ones, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then I think, I forgot who, but, like, somebody in the group had managed Boys II Men, like, so just knowing they track record, and, like, literally, they grew up performing, they grew up doing this, they grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, they came up doing this. They not new to the game. They true to the game, and just watching, like, just that work they put in at such a very young age, and that work that they put in, and that ambition they had, that drive they had, that hunger they had, to take it to the highest level that God was allowing them to take it. It's just a blessing, and I love scenes like that, just to show you, like, those little montages where you working now and you get into shape, because it's never easy. It's never simple. It's never easy. It's never simple. You just gotta kind of just jump into it. You just gotta go do it, not think about it too much. And I'm just like in awe, seeing like they went from in the youth center, in a free spot they can't really pay for real, to being some of the highest paid musicians during their time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, New Edition. I definitely would want to go in this movie for more scenes like I do a Wu-Tang, but this is a very good movie, very inspiring, and I learned a lot when I was younger when it came out, and just knowing their impact and what they did for the culture is very inspiring, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave off with that scene right there, and yeah, let's get into the next segment.
3, 2.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Ghetto Philosophy. Today, I got Flash by Dice. He gonna get you right. He got the pictures and they looking so nice. Let me stop. He get what I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But nah, I got my boy Dice with me today, man. You wanna introduce yourself real quick?
What's up, y'all? My name is Dice. Real name Ahmad, but they call me Dice. You feel me? I'm a junior. Dang, I don't even know what I am. Wrong line. I'm a junior computer science major. You feel me? Photography. Follow me on Instagram, Dice from PCP, and if you want to support a black-owned business, Flash by Dice.
All right. And the first question I want to get into, can you tell us about your journey into photography?
Look, man, I heard that question, like, a lot of people don't really ask me that, though, to be honest with you. So I haven't really knew I wanted to do photography or anything of that nature until my freshman year, honestly.
Okay.
I went to my homeboy room. He was a senior. I was a freshman. And he had a camera, and I just picked it up. I was like, are you going to use it or whatever? And he was like, nah. So I just picked it up, used it. Mind you, I didn't know no settings, no nothing. So I was shooting off of, I think it was called Auto. It was an Auto one. So I just used that, came with the flash or whatever. And it was smooth, so that's what really stimulated my name, Flash by Dice. Nowadays, I don't really use flash, but it's just still like, you know what I'm saying?
It's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck like that, Flash by Dice.
All right, and what type of photography do you specialize in, and why did you choose that niche?
So that's crazy. Me and Joe filmed it, if y'all don't know. He's a photographer on campus as well. Me and him have great conversations basically every week, I'm not gonna lie. So we was talking about that, and I started doing, at first I did parties, I did portraits, and I did sports as well. But I really found myself loving portrait for the simple fact that I could be in control of the photo shoot. So at a party, I can't be in control of it. You know, it's gonna be group pictures, things of that nature. I just take the picture however somebody feeling, whether they tipsy, high, however they feeling, just take the picture. Sports as well, you just gotta be in the moment. You can catch the moment if you want to, but it's kind of difficult because you can't, it's like unpredictable. Portraits, you could be in control, you know what I'm saying? So if I use Pinterest to help me out with some of the poses and things of that nature, or sometimes my clients come with their own ideas and I just make it kind of like, and that's like one of the beautiful things about it, I ain't gonna lie.
So you said you've been doing photography since your freshman year?
Freshman
So
year.
I mean, it'd be about like 3 years since
Yeah,
you've
it's
been?
gonna go on 3 years, man.
Okay, that's dope. So what camera and equipment do you typically use, and why do you prefer them?
Well, I started off with a Canon. Well, my homeboy from freshman year, he had a Canon T7. That was pretty smooth. I bought my own camera. Probably 3 months later, it was a Canon EOS 2000D. It was really good, but I was like trials and errors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had a decent camera, but the lens I had wasn't really good. It was just a stock lens.
Yeah.
So I started investing in different lenses. So I got a 50 millimeter. After that, just recently Christmas, I bought my own self a camera. It was a Canon RP. Actually, I lied. My father bought me a camera. Shout out to him. Shout out to my pops, man. But Canon RP, and it came with a 50 millimeter as well. So that's what I've been using lately. I recommend, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to have stepping stools. So people, when they do photography, they think they wanna, you compare and contrast, you know what I'm saying? You compare your work and stuff of that nature. I don't recommend that. I mean, obviously you could use it to, you know what I'm saying, navigate and see what you wanna do and how you wanna project yourself, but always remember like where you started from and how advanced you became. Like, be grateful.
Yeah. So are there any specific techniques or styles that you use to capture the energy often associated with hip-hop performances?
To be honest, I have my own personality that a lot of, like, dealing with my clients, they always let me know, like, yo, like usually when I do photo shoots, they like just tell me to look left, look right, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I give them their own personal theme. So dealing with hip hop, I haven't really did any photography photo shoots with a hip hop person or anything of that nature. But to answer your question, when it comes down to personality, I just bring the energy. So when I bring the energy, they either match energy or if they feeling down, we have a deep conversation, you feel me? I make it seem like, to me, honestly, photography is therapy to me. So I try to project that on everybody else, whoever's around me, just so we can keep that same energy and keep that same flow going.
So, how do you handle the challenges of like low light environments, such as like concerts, nightlight, parties, stuff like that? Like, how do you handle those?
That's where flash by dice come in. So that's where I use a flash. So usually I use a flash. Also, if you understand the equipment, you could turn down your shutter speed. Turn down your shutter speed would bring in more light, but it would slow down the motion. So let's say I was like moving and I took a picture, you would still see my hand like move in a sense. But the faster shutter speed, the more it'll be able to catch. It's like an eye. So if you look at it like an eye, and when you close your eyes like the eyelids, you'll be able to capture the moment, things of that nature. That's how I would be able to compare it.
Okay. And can you explain your post-production workflow?
Post-production workflow. Is that dealing with like after the photo shoot?
So
after my photo shoot, I make sure my client enjoys her pictures before I or his or her pictures. So I show them like the rough draft, the raw ones, and things of that nature. Upload it to my laptop. I go to Lightroom. I let them choose a 10, whatever package they chose. So let's say they chose the first package, which was my silver package. You get 45 minutes, 10 edit photos for 45 minutes, and it's $90. So when they go and look at it, they just choose a 10. I tell them choose how many pictures they want, and then they navigate it down to 10. If they want more, they can get more as well, just an up fee. But that's how I do it. So after that, I ask them, okay, how do you feel about this? Do you want me to touch up your scan, things of that nature? They just let me know what they need or what they're looking for, and I try to bring it to light.
Okay. And so what inspires your photography?
Now, it's really no form of inspiration. It's just more of like I said earlier, it's just therapy to me. So it's like it's just something I enjoy doing, something I don't mind doing. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. I don't feel like I'm going out my way to do anything. I just feel like it's a form of creating art.
Okay. And I know you said you haven't really worked too much with hip hop artists, but I know you did do some photography work at the 1892 live performance. So
Battlegrounds too.
Yeah. Okay. So can you just share like how that was, like capturing?
So how the experience was?
Like what was your approach to the photo shoot, like when capturing that event?
To be honest, if I do anything different that I'm not used to, I do get a little nervous. I get a little butterflies in my stomach.
Okay.
And with that being said, it was smooth though. Like I just like that first 20 minutes to 40 minutes, it's just a little, nerve wracking. But after a while, especially knowing like the artists like Self-Made or my dog Zachariah and YNFL Trey, they was my dog. So once I knew them and I just tapped in with them, they let me know like, okay, this is a good angle over here or this over here. You feel me? What I can and cannot do. So I even got backstage access as well. So I took pictures backstage and stuff like that. So overall, it was a great experience. I could really see myself doing that more often just to get more contact and networking. Networking is a big thing when it comes down to photography, so I do recommend that as well.
For sure. Can you describe a particularly challenging shoot, and how did you overcome those difficulties?
Describe a difficult shoot.
I mean, unless you didn't have no difficult shoots.
I have, but I overcome them by now, so I'm not really. Let me see. Okay, I won't say shoot. I would say the most difficult era I had over the photography lifestyle was learning my settings.
Okay.
Learning my settings was the hardest thing, but it's not hard. Like once you understand it, it's like common sense. But you just it's trials and errors. Editing got its own difficulties as well because I had a big problem with over contrasting my pictures.
Okay.
So like the skin would be orange or like the light would be glowing and it would look neon and it just don't look natural.
Yeah.
But with my old camera, it wasn't looking good in general, so I tried to make it look better and unrealistic, and that really bothered me. So those two was the really biggest challenges I had so far. Now my next challenge is finding better equipment and equipment that really play into the style that I want.
And just going into more about like client interaction, how do you communicate and collaborate with clients to understand their vision?
So first and foremost, usually they DM me. Sometimes they talk to me in person, but a lot of people just choose to DM, which is fine. They DM me, let me know what they want, what kind of birthday shoot they want. And I asked them for, okay, they first and foremost asked what kind of outfit they're gonna wear. So the outfit lets me know everything they need. So like, for example, the last photo shoot I did, which was yesterday, she had a 90s era going, but it looked LA-ish. So she had like a unbuttoned up shirt, you feel me? Some jeans and some Timbs on. So it gave LA, but it also gave 90. So once I saw that, I went through my Pinterest and started choosing things that look in that direction. So it depends on either outfit or the scenery. So if she want, like I said, birthday shoot, wedding, fraternity, stuff like that, anything dealing with whatever scenery it is, I'll go off of that with Pinterest.
Okay. What role do you believe photography plays in documenting the evolution of hip hop culture?
It really depends on the event, right? So like, if you're doing a photo shoot for somebody and it's like at a behind the scenes music video, well, actually, truth be told, any type of camera work, whether it's photography or video, is really documentation overall.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say you're dealing with somebody who is an upcoming rapper, and then 10 years from now, they have a legacy. Now that video that you did 10 years ago is more important and more valuable because of who they is as a person. So that's another thing, like I said, it's art to me. So it's like, you won't never know what you created and it keep evolving, you feel me?
Facts.
So like, not even, let's say not even if somebody blow up, let's say I did pictures here at WSSU. Boom, I come back 8 years from now and I meet some of my peers that I took pictures for, you know what I'm saying? Photography, photo shoots for. They be like, oh, Dice did this, Dice did that. Then we got, you feel me, might have kids in it, you know what I'm saying? Kids, might be an uncle, might be an auntie. So then when they come to me, they be like, oh yeah, this the photographer did this shoot right here. Things of that nature, man. So it's always networking, it's just beautiful, truthfully.
So, can you share like a few pieces from your portfolio that you're particularly proud of and explain why?
Yeah, I can. You want to show it on the phone?
You can show it on the phone, send it to me, put it up here. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
I got
send it
you.
to you, man. I'll most definitely send it to you.
But yeah, you can just show me for right now, and we talk about it.
All right, bro. That's crazy, bro. You said that. I ain't gonna lie. Yesterday was one of my favorite ones as well, though. So let me just show you.
I bet that.
So, let me see real quick. This one.
Okay. This is hard.
So like I was saying earlier, this is like, it gave 90s vibe, but it
Okay.
also gave LA, as you could tell with her shirt.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to me. And then, I ain't gonna lie, we did have some technical difficulties when it came out of lighting because there was a lot of shadows going. But overall, bro, this is probably one of my favorite shoots. It's like every shoot I do, I just enjoy it more. And I start, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, last shoot was good. This shoot is better. Like, it's every time for me. So.
It's just every
I
time
just
you
enjoy
getting
the
better.
art,
You
man.
getting better and better every time.
What, man? I'm just enjoying the art. Let me see if I got another one for you.
Bet
bro.
that.
But other than, I mean, since we waiting, how was your day, bro?
My day just getting started. It's been all right.
Yeah, it is early in the morning, y'all.
Not gonna lie, yeah, I really haven't done this. This the first thing on my day today. I mean, God woke me up another day, amen. You feel me? So, trying to graduate. You feel me?
That's beautiful.
Trying to graduate. Get up out of here.
This will be my next one.
Bet.
So
Oh,
this
this
was
is
a
that
snow
snow day,
shoot.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had all right. So
I peeped
if
that.
y'all don't know, I throw a lot of deals out. So either deals, discounts, whatever. I like to do collaborations. If you got brands, tap in with me. Also, if you do anything on campus, I just like to support Black-owned businesses. But that don't have nothing to do with this. This is dealing with a snow shoot. So I had a $35 snow shoot. You feel me? My price is really $90, but I brought it down to $35. So if you want to tap in and you get some deals, hey, they come out anyway. However, you feel me? So this shoot particularly, this is one of my models. Her name Marie. Shout out Marie. She's tough, bro. She, as you can tell, she put it on. You feel me? She's really tapped into fashion, and I was able to capture this. This remind me of, like, I don't know, it just give me magazine vibes to me.
Okay.
Most definitely. But yeah, man. Oh, also, I do one more. I give y'all one more. Let me see. I think I'm gonna do let's see. All right, let's do this one. Now, this one was a last concept shoot.
Okay.
Also, like I said, I throw deals. So this time I did Valentine's shoot for $35 as well.
That's hard.
that was really on my mistake because I was last minute. So since I was last minute, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do 35 for everybody who tap in with me and show support my business. But yeah, this one right here, this is my dog Maya. Maya, if you're watching this, shout out to you. You feel me? It was dope, bro. The concept was dope. She wanted to give 90s type vibe as well, so that's what we went for. Yeah, I just like the clarity of it though. The clarity was so hard. It was really hard.
Got you. Let's see. Are there any projects that you're currently working on or future projects that you're excited about?
Yes. All right. So currently working on is a project for my dog Days. Shout out to Days as well. If y'all into fashion, anything like that, tap into her. I think her Instagram is days.mp4, something like that. I might be tripping. We'll put it in the link.
I can. Yeah,
All right, we'll put it in the description. But listen, she do fashion, so if you like to dress up, or if you don't even know how to dress for real, but you want to get into fashion, tap in with her. She has a modeling troupe. As of right now, it's upcoming, but it's hard, bro. So the last one we did, it was a classroom shoot. I am being a little too detailed. It's probably gonna drop before this video, hopefully.
But if I got a few videos that's gonna come out before this, so you got time.
All right, yeah. So yeah, that was the shoot that we did. It was tough, man. It was tough. A lot of good energy. A lot of people just being wholesome and things of that nature. And I even had my dog Joe filmed it. He helped me out with lighting and things of that nature. Shout out to him. Future projects. I have a lot. I do. I have a lot of concepts already in my mind. I'll give y'all a little something. So I want to do golf. I want to do a golf concept. I want to do a tennis concept, and I want to do a cheerleading concept. So if you're interested, tap in with me. If I haven't did it yet, it's no telling when the video drop. But if I haven't did it, tap in with me. Let me know, hey, I seen your podcast. I want to do this concept. I'm like, okay, cool. You feel me? Bring you onto the team, things of that nature. That was only 3. I got a lot. Trust. I got a lot coming.
Okay. I know you just showed me, you know, some of your favorite pieces, just favorite overall. But like, do you have any favorites from like, you know, since it's a hip hop themed show, just like any like hip hop performances or you know anything of that realm that you feel like, or you know it could have been like like you said backstage, like you know just to understand that vibe of like you know it's music going on. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Man, to be real, I haven't really tapped in since the last one, honestly. Okay, matter of fact, I lied. So boom, I had a shout out to my boy South once again. I went to they invited me to a studio session, and I was there, and it was a lot of artists, it was a lot of content creators, things of that nature. This will probably be, hold on, let me see. I got a couple from this shoot. Dang, that's on the spot. Okay, boom. Let's do it this one.
Okay.
So this is from this once again a studio shoot. I just called Twin was just chilling. He was listening to music, trying to catch his vibe, about to write a verse type vibe. I think he was going in freestyling. He was one of the ones that went in freestyling. So that was one of them. I got 2 more from it. This right here. So this is one of the engineers that worked there. He was tapping into it. That was hard too. I enjoyed that picture as well.
Okay.
And the last one, do you care if they're smoking it?
Huh?
Do you care if they're smoked?
I don't care.
Okay, making sure. All right, last one probably would be the, not gonna lie. I don't know. Let me see real quick.
You can take your time. I can always cut. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do a little back at it.
This one's hard too.
Nah, this one, I like this one.
Yeah.
This one real hard, right?
Mind you, this on my old camera, man. So this is whenever I was still like understanding photography. So if it was on my new camera, it probably would have came out even better. But overall, it was still good, bro. So like I said, if y'all still want to like tap in with photography or anything, y'all can always come to me to talk about anything, bro. Whether it come lenses, camera bodies, or even lighting, anything of that nature. If you want to do vlogging too, tap in with me as well. I'm just now starting to get into video, so I'm not gonna be the best of help, but you know what I'm saying? Build a community, man.
For sure. And what is some advice you would give someone looking to start a career in photography?
Take your time. Take your time, man. There's no rush, bruh. It's you versus you. Remember that, man. It's always you versus you. So of course your peers probably do better, or you know what I'm saying, have better concept or better photos. But over time, you will start to understand the ability of like being grateful. Like I said in the beginning. So everything really comes full circle. Be grateful. Ask that question one more time. 'Cause I think I'm getting on topic.
No, you good. I said, what advice would you give someone looking to start a career in photography?
Networking, bro. Network. So you can network with anybody, man. Anybody, bro. He's a rapper, and I'm tapped in with him. We've been talking for a minute, man. Like I did his Halloween shoot. I did like we said with the 1892 Live. You feel me? We did a lot of shoots together. So just being able to network, you feel me? So I even network with you got freshmen, you got to think about like this categories, obviously. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors. Seniors is good for grad shoots. Freshmen are good to exposure and everything of that nature. Sophomores and juniors, 9 times 10 they already getting their career, so 9 times 10 sophomores going into what, clubs, they want to tap in more clubs, they want to get more on campus, and juniors trying to figure out what they want to do for a grad shoot, but also want to get some pictures of capturing a moment while they was in school. So you just got to remember those steps and understand networking is everything, bro. You can tap in with a female, you can tap in with a guy, you can tap in with somebody with a brand, you can tap in with somebody with a black-owned business, you can tap in with somebody who want to do fashion, you want to tap in with somebody who don't know fashion. You feel me? Just get people to get out there, bro.
And where do you see, or hold on, how do you handle creative blocks or lack of inspiration?
I ain't gonna lie, I had that multiple times. My mentor told me, man, you got highs and lows, but don't get too high. So meaning, whenever you have your favorite photo shoot, or it's like you just getting boom, like for example, right? So I started off this last semester with 142 followers. I'm at 500, going to 600 now. So when I went, it was during Ramfest. Ramfest was like the biggest thing. So I ended up getting 300 followers by the end of Ramfest, right? So I was at my highest. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a lot of emotion coming in. People tell me to take their pictures, tell me about their birthdays, things of that nature. So it was wholesome, but I got too high. Meaning I was tapped in with all the upbringing, all the up things coming up. You feel me? But then over time, I started to like not get too many shoots coming in, not having no ideas coming up, nothing going, no type of promotion. So that caused me to have little self-esteem was low. So just remember to like be normal, bro. Like don't think too high, don't think too low. Be grateful, but also understand there's other things to do. You feel me? So in that time frame, I could have learned how to get some more equipment, look at my prices, create flyers, tap in with other, like I said, brands, anything of that nature. But instead, I was just tapped in with the overall result.
All right. And where do you see your photography career heading in the next few years?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know, man. I think it's going to keep going. I think it's going to keep blossoming and just keep, you know what I'm saying, flourishing and things of that nature. But I'm like I said, I just be living in the moment, man. I'm grateful for everything I got, though. Truthfully, honestly, I'm grateful for everything I've done. Grateful for everything I got. I'm gonna keep going as well. But overall, yeah, we'll just have to see.
For sure. All right, and I got a few more questions before we head up out of here. So, are there any specific skills or areas you wish to develop further?
Oh man, that's dang, bro. These questions are good, bro. Is there any skills that I want to develop further? The business side. I'm still learning more about the business side than anything right now. So yeah, the business side is really my. It's kind of like it got its pros and cons.
Okay.
Like obviously, I know how to network. I know how to talk to people.
Right.
Great connections, things of that nature. But when it comes down to like policies and things of that nature, do's and don'ts, I be trials and errors. But that's how you learn. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I learned over time, just with photography and just living as a man in life. It's just trials and errors, bro. That's the only way you'll be able to learn. That's the only way you'll be able to have a set stool of an example what not to do whenever you put yourself in that position.
For sure. Are there any, if you was to like dream the biggest dream you can dream, are there any specific artists or events you hope to collaborate in the future?
Okay, well, artists, J. Cole and Kendrick. I would love it. If I was able to do a J. Cole and Kendrick photo shoot, that would be hard.
Okay.
As well as Obama.
Barack Obama?
Barack Obama.
That'd
If
be
I could
hard.
get a Barack Obama photo shoot, bro, I ain't gonna lie again. That's just like these are people that I actually idol and look up to. So Most definitely. J. Cole, for some fact, he's from North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick always been good to me, but he just upped it with me when it came out to this beef and how he maneuvered and actually able to apply pressure. And then like it's just stuff that he did, like Euphoria, for example. You re-listen to Euphoria, he told a whole story about how Drake gonna act if you just listen to the first beginning of it, bro. He just broke it down.
Called a cease to desist on like that record. Oh, what, you don't like that record? Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
Oh my God! Like what?
I'm sorry, yeah.
Nah, bro. And then Obama, of course, first black president, man.
Yeah.
Like, and not only that, bro, he just like that's the first time in the really forever since when I was like my household bringing up us having like presidential things going on or just with the government, and we actually felt safe. Like. My mom wasn't complaining. She wasn't watching the news daily trying to figure out what's next, you know? And it didn't bring her no type of form of stress from that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she was a single mother. So, of course, she had her own stress and things of that nature. But when it came out of that, the way she's stressing now, the way she be looking at the news, telling me, like, for example, like the financial aid, like she called me not too long ago talking about that, and it's just stressing her out. And I don't really appreciate that. But, you know, that's the only time where I really ain't see her stress about nothing dealing with the government.
Okay.
So yeah, most definitely. Shout out Obama. If you watching this, bro, love it, man. Tap in with it, man.
Tap in with me, Obama.
Tap in with it.
All right, and before we head out, do you want to say any final words or give any final shout outs?
Okay, boom. I do shout out. I'll start off with shout outs first. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to my pops, man. Shout out to my mother for, you know what I'm saying, bringing me up and leading me in the right path. Shout out to South being a dope friend. Shout out to my dog Juice. Shout out to Mari helping me out with concepts, things like that. Shout out to Zoe. Zoe's my homegirl, one of my best friends. She helped me with a lot. It's a lot. Sakia, shout out to her. I know she probably ain't gonna see this, but that's my dog as well. And then last words, man. Look, man, live life with grace, bro. Live life with grace. Give yourself grace, man. Everything, like I said, is you versus you, bro. Don't compare yourself. Comparing is the worst thing, bro. Whether it could bring you joy, it could bring you happiness, but it also could bring you pain. It could bring you frustration. So just compare yourself to yourself. Always better yourself, and always give yourself grace. 100.
All right, for sure. And that is it with Flash by Dice, and we'll catch y'all on the next segment.
Hey, man, appreciate you.
For sure.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the last segment of the Ghetto Philosophy. Welcome to Diggin in the Crates. And today, I have one of my favorite albums from a time period in my sophomore year of high school. I have this album right here. It is called Stokely. So I have Stokely. Today, I'm digging this out the crate. This came out my sophomore year of high school. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. This is new. I love opening that nice new. I've had this for a couple years and I'm just now opening it, but that is fine. My record player had broke, but it's fine. I just didn't really care to get another one. Yeah, so we got that. But yeah, this is the album cover. So for those who don't know, Stokely is Ski Mask, the Slump God's first name. So that's like his legal name, his government's name, Stokely. And I like how it's like this 1800s kind of theme, like, you know, presidential you know, kind of thing going on. You know, it's like you have your presidential portrait, but he got like the do-rag on. So it's like he went back in time and like he's, I don't know, it just works. It's good. It's really cool. Like, it's creative. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna have anybody that has an album cover like this. I don't know. Maybe I should have did more research on why he went with this concept for the album cover, but that's really cool though. Like, it's really simple. You got the name of the album at the bottom right here. I don't think I've ever seen that on the when you see it on Spotify, but it's on here at the bottom. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. And you can see his face tats. He got like a kiss mark on his face, and he got a tat under his eye. He got his hands tatted. And then on the back, it's the track list. So you have your track list here on the back, and it's just more cover art right here. It's with him, and he's smoking a cigarette. He one of them ones that gotta get him a cigarette, and yeah. So he got that, and some features that's on this album. He got really good features on this album. He got Juice WRLD on the album, and this is Juice WRLD before he passed. So he got Juice WRLD on the album. He got Lil Baby on the album, and he got Lil Yachty on the album. So it's like he had pretty good features on here. And then just looking at the songs that was on this album, you got So High, dun 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 dun. They get so high, then we fly high. Just don't leave me alone, yeah. I've been in my zone, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good way to start an album. And then you got Newtown with Juice WRLD, and I believe Cole Bennett did the music video to that song, to Newtown. Cutthroat. Baby, yo, my nuts though. I don't give a fuck. I'll be a lost girl cause a nigga is a nut. Oh, hey, I ain't gonna lie. They spazzed on Newtown. Foot Fungus, Unbothered. They got Unbothered, Save Me, and then side 2. Far Gone with Lil Baby. Faucet Failure, probably my favorite song on this one. On this side, Faucet Failure. And then Cat Piss with Lil Yachty. That's a hit. Too much drip. Got Faucet Failure because I got too much drip. Yeah, so it got 2 sides. Side 1. Then you got side 2. And it's pretty, pretty simple design. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on in the middle. I can't really make it out. But it just says size 1. And it looked like it was distributed by Republic Records. Yeah. So yeah, you got your 2 sides. But yeah, this is a it's more. Ooh. So I think this just has all the song credits on here. I wonder who made the beat to Chase the Money. Okay, produced by Chase the Money. So Faucet Failure was produced by Chase the Money. Cat Piss was produced by OG Parker. Let's see. Newtown was produced by, I can't read that, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's it. It just talks, this just has all the credits of who's on the album and stuff like that, and who all worked on the song and what they did. But yeah, this song was definitely instrumental for my sophomore year, because I remember like the album that he dropped before this had a song on there called Coolest Monkey in the Jungle, and I think it was like a thing with H&M at the time, where they had like the little black boy dressed in a hoodie saying Coolest Monkey in the Jungle. And I think, he took that and ran with it and kind of just made like, because if you know Ski Mask and how he rapped and what he be talking about, so he made a song called Coolest Monkey in the Jungle, and that's the song that put me on his beat. Like, obviously, I've heard of him because he worked with X and stuff like that. But like, this is after X passing, and I didn't really listen to Ski Mask until after the fact. I heard like Coolest Monkey in the Jungle, like, I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle, I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle, give me that for my leg, I'm the that for my leg. Like, his flow is is outrageous. But yeah, like after listening to that, I became a Ski Mask fan, and it's like right after he dropped that after I heard that song, he's like, this is when he came out with Stokely, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it had Juice WRLD on it. And keep in mind, during this time, this is like, y'all remember from season 1 episode, I don't remember which episode, I think it was the first episode, but like, I talk about Juice WRLD's out. No, the first episode I talk about Flower Boy, so I think it was like the second episode. I talk about Juice WRLD album, and during that time, I was listening to a lot of Juice WRLD. So seeing Juice WRLD on this album, and I'm getting into Ski Mask, so this definitely became one of those albums I had on the repeat. Like, this was one of those albums I would listen to on my way to school, on the school bus, or on the city bus, or on, you know, just on my daily ventures. Like, this was one of those albums I would always have on the replay. And I mean, you know, his followers was okay, but like, I don't know. I feel like this is his Magna Carta. Is this what they call it? Like, your opus? Like, I feel like, you know, I feel like Ski Mask, the Slump God, best album. Like, in my personal opinion, like, this is him at the top of his skills, the top of his game, production, all of that is great on this album. And you know, with Ski Mask being able to be one of those people that worked with X and Juice before they passed, and being real genuine friends for them and close to them, and being one of those people in the industry that lost 2 people that were so close to you, like, that's crazy. Like, and you know, you have that, you know, you're one of those people that's gonna have to be a part of maintaining their legacy, you know, whether you like it or not. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's the same with Trippie Redd. I'm probably gonna bring in one of his albums and just talk about the same thing a little bit. Like, he was also one of those people that's gonna uphold X and Juice WRLD's legacy. So and just cemented himself in the SoundCloud era and Double XL freestyle with JID. Like, Ski Mask, the Slump God, is one of them ones when it comes to words, to lyricism, and he remixed Missy Elliott, She's a Bitch, like, Catch Me Outside. Like, Ski Mask, it's just, even with the song Catch Me Outside, like, playing on like Danielle Bregoli, Bad Baby, just Catch Me Outside, how about that? Like, just playing on that, just understanding his humor. Like, he made music fun. Like, he makes music fun. Like, and I feel like that's what is important sometimes. Like, having fun making music, making it fun, making it laugh. You know, having laughs when you're making music, or making other people laugh when you make music. You know what I'm saying? Being creative, being silly, and just being so good at it and so creative and doing it at the highest level. That is what Ski Mask, the Slump God, did. And I don't really have much else to say. Like I said, I feel like this is his best album in my opinion. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. And thank you for joining me on Diggin in the Crates. All right, and that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Flash by Dice. I hope you guys enjoyed that scene that I had pulled up from the New Edition movie. I hope y'all enjoyed me talking about the album Stokely, and just talking about Ski Mask and him working with Juice WRLD on that album before he passed, and all the other hits that he had on that album as well. And with all that being said, you guys stay tuned, and we'll be back next Friday on the Ghetto Philosophy.